A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a striking move, the Trump administration has publicly criticized several exhibitions at the Smithsonian Institution, labeling them as objectionable and ideologically driven. This comes in the wake of President Donald Trump's assertion that the museum is woke and fails to celebrate the accomplishments of the United States. The White House published a list titled "President Trump is Right About the Smithsonian," which enumerates 20 exhibits that the administration claims distort historical events and promote a negative portrayal of the country. Among the exhibits highlighted, the American History Museum's LGBTQ+ history display, which delves into gender expression and drag culture, has drawn particular ire. The administration also condemned the intersex inclusive Progress Pride flag that was flown at the museum, as well as a controversial painting in the National Portrait Gallery that depicts a transgender version of the Statue of Liberty. In a social media post, Trump expressed his discontent, stating, "The Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future." He further asserted that woke is broke and emphasized the need for a more positive narrative about America in its museums. The administration's grievances extend beyond LGBTQ+ themes to include immigration and Latino rights. A painting in the National Portrait Gallery portraying a family crossing the U.S.-Mexico border has been criticized for allegedly promoting an open borders agenda. The White House also took issue with programming at the National Museum of the American Latino that showcases animated representations of Latinos and Latinas with disabilities and diverse sexual orientations. Additionally, the museum's framing of the Mexican-American War as a North American invasion led by pro-slavery leaders was cited as problematic. The criticism does not stop there. The administration has also expressed discontent with exhibits that address white privilege. Several artworks at the National Museum of African American History and Culture that highlight the dominance of white culture in the United States were specifically pointed out. In March, President Trump signed an executive order that criticized the museum's portrayal of whiteness, leading to the removal of a pamphlet that drew backlash for its claims of wokeness. Just last week, the Trump administration sent a letter to Lonnie G. Bunch 3, the secretary of the Smithsonian, demanding that the institution replace any language deemed divisive or ideologically driven within a 120-day time frame. The White House's list of objectionable exhibits closely mirrors criticisms made in a recent article from The Federalist, which accused the Museum of American History of promoting homosexuality through the display of a pride flag, overemphasizing Benjamin Franklin's ties to slavery, and depicting migrants viewing fireworks through an opening in the border wall. This move signals a broader cultural battle over how history is represented and interpreted in public institutions. As the political landscape continues to evolve, the implications of this clash between the Trump administration and the Smithsonian may reverberate beyond the walls of the museum. The administration's push for a more sanitized version of history raises questions about the role of cultural institutions in shaping public discourse and the narratives that define a nation. In the wake of these developments, the Smithsonian's response remains to be seen. The institution has long been a bastion of American history and culture, and the pressures from the White House could lead to significant changes in how exhibitions are curated and presented. Observers are left to wonder whether this is a temporary skirmish in an ongoing culture war or a sign of deeper shifts in how history is told in the United States. As this story unfolds, it will undoubtedly continue to attract attention and provoke discussion about the intersection of politics, culture, and the representation of history in America's museums. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.